In Christian terms, the time that we're moving toward by Christian scholars has been interpreted as a time when humankind has the opportunity to make a choice. Depending on how that choice is made, either life-affirming or life-denying choices, some people will experience what has been termed in Christian theology the rapture, or in esoteric traditions, the ascension. Very closely related terms. The bottom line of what they're suggesting is that as the earth goes through an energetic change, our bodies will either follow suit and match that change or resist that change. If we resist the change, it makes life very difficult for us to survive here in this world. If we accept and receive and embrace that change, then we are matched energetically. It's what's happening with the earth. And the way we live our lives up until that moment of time is what prepares us to make those choices. Universally, the people of every continent, either through translators or directly, are asking me two questions. They're saying, first of all, they're saying, what in the world is going on the planet? Something obviously has changed, number one. Number two, they're saying, what can we do about it? What is it that we can do? And we're all essentially looking for the same thing, with the exception of a handful of leaders. The people of this world, I think, are truly ready for something more than the suffering of the last century and the war and the bloodshed. Everyone's looking for a better future for their families, the hope of a better tomorrow, a way to care for themselves, and just the basic necessities of life. I think they're truly ready for that. So I think what we're seeing is this bleed through, this overlap of time where the physical parameters are changing. We're changing in response to those parameters, although we may not all be aware of it. And we happen to be living the days when there's the juxtaposition of an old way and a new way are coinciding, and we're seeing them come together and work themselves out the way we are. It's in some respects, it's a very beautiful unfolding, and in other respects, it can be a very painful process that we're seeing. When we go back into the ancient texts, it appears that for at least 5,000 years, the wisdom traditions of those who've come before us have prepared us or left instructions to help us during this period in time. Almost universally, those who've come before us knew of this convergence of cycles. In the language of their day, what they said was, if you can do this in your life, that you will change your body, and by changing your body, you will be able to accommodate the changes of the earth, because ultimately our bodies are made of the same stuff of the earth. Whatever happens to the earth happens to our bodies. The magnetics that affect the elements of the earth affect the elements of our bodies in the same way. But we have transcended many of the darkest prophecies already, and I think it's important for people to understand that, whether we're talking about the Bible code and the way that it predicts quantum possibilities only, or remote viewing and those quantum possibilities, many of the darkest predictions we have transcended. It's not that we survived them, we rewrote the code of consciousnness and took a different path so that they never had to unfold. And from that perspective and for those reasons, I believe that 2012 is working in the same way. There are certainly dark possibilities that could unfold. Is that possible? Yes. Do they have to happen? I believe that they don't. And I believe that we're making that determination right now by having conversations like this and by living our lives consciously with intent, being kind to one another at the grocery store checkout stand, or the person that takes your order at the nearest restaurant you go to tonight, or the driver on the freeway that got in the wrong lane and that you helped let in front of you. Those little acts as individuals contribute collectively to our answer to this time in history. And from that perspective, I think we all play a vital role in where we're going with 2012 and anything beyond that. So our prayer for 2012, I would invite our viewers to live life fully, consciously, with intent, in kindness to one another, and ask themselves how they can be of greatest service every day of their lives. And they wake up in the morning, what can they do to make this a better world? And wherever they go, how can they leave that place a better place than it was when they walked in? And by virtue of doing that, whether it's through individuals or places or people, we become better people. by living following that code of conduct, and by virtue of that we create a better world. And in that way, I believe we all share the collective prayer that says 2012 is the doorway of opportunity. Bring it on and embrace it.